So when we started the business and we wrote our business plan, one of the things that we prioritized was identifying our core values. And we have 4, and the very first one is sustainability. So we knew that we wanted to create a business that was sustainable, both from an organic perspective, but also just from a carbon footprint perspective. And so once we started really building the business, identified what the sources of our energy consumptions were, and we built the barn, all of that we kind of knew in the back of our minds that we would be installing solar at some point just to minimize our carbon footprint of the business.
I'm a big fan of solar, and I think Colorado is just such a good place for solar energy. And so, I mean, if you're thinking about it, I think it's probably one of the best long-term investments you can really make in your property. And I think as far as who to call, I have recommended to others to call Brad, and my brother actually is going to be doing a system with him here in next month sometime. So I don't hesitate to throw their name out there, and if anyone asks me, I'd probably tell them to call them first and get a quote. So.
And I would say too, just referring to Craig's brother, who's also going to be getting solar installed, you know, that's more of a retrofit system versus what we had, where we had them from the get-go. But even as a retrofit, when I looked at their space, I was like, well, I don't know if this will work or that would work, just because of trees or vegetation or whatever. But I think that that they did a good job of identifying whether or not it would work. They were very straightforward, what needed to change and what kind of modifications had to happen in order. So I think what I appreciated is that they answered the questions. So like the questions were there, and I think the best thing you can do is give them a call, and they'll be straightforward with you, give you good answers to your questions, and don't just assume that it wouldn't work for you, because I think they want to work with you, and I think they'll help you make it work.
Even when we designed the barn, we kind of looked at, I think that's back when I contacted Brad originally, it was to, okay, what are the standard panel sizes, make sure that our roof can maximize the number of panels on it and such, and tweak, if we need to tweak it a little bit, we can do that too.
The angle of the barn, roof pitch, and
right.
All of that, we had designed it in order to accommodate solar panels when we were ready. So the company is Elevation Mountain Grown Herbal Tea, and the 2-acre property that we have has been plowed and is planted with ingredients for herbal teas, and we have 10 blends, and we have between 15 and 20 different ingredients, everything from a variety of mints, chamomile, strawberries, raspberries, lavender, hibiscus, echinacea. And so we grow all of the ingredients with the exception of pears and apples, which we buy locally. And then we do all of the processing here in our facility. We do all the blending of the teas in our facility, and then all of the packaging too is all done right here on our property. They came out here and did the installation, I'm pretty sure it was in the spring, and the guys that were doing the work were just so professional and just probably the best contractors I've ever had. They were on time, they were very clean, they talked to me if they had any questions or issues. They were really easy to work with.
Our goal, the system was sized to offset the business usage from our freeze dryers mainly, and also the irrigation pump and some of our packaging and processing machines. And I mean, so far it's probably outperforming what was expected, partly due to just the fact that it hasn't been cloudy this year, but it's doing really well, and our energy bill has dropped significantly now, so we're really happy about that. So
we're really looking to sell our story too, and our values, and so sustainability is part of that. It's a really big part of it, and it's even written on our packaging that we really do value creating a product that benefits and adds value to the environment, has a positive impact on the environment, and it just is such a great dovetail with what Empowered Energy does too.